Pokemon break. We're going to get the random energies knocked out right now. Dice roll of 7 or higher. Got a 16. Just straight fill over there, and then we'll get rolling into this. Alright, so that's going to be everybody's energies. Sorry, I lost my train of thought right there. I apologize. Let's bring this over to the main screen and copy and paste this. I know super uneventful on the energies because it matters, but it doesn't matter. Get in the corner here, team list. We will run the baseball breaks after this one, so team list on the right over at camera, bottom left-hand corner. Good luck to everybody in this one. We'll go over everything that's in here so you guys know that it's actually there. We obviously have the booster bundles of Shrouded Fable. We're going to have Shrouded Fable, Twilight Masquerade, Temporal Forces, obviously the other Twilight Masquerade booster box, Paldea Evolved booster box. The 3 smaller booster bundles right there. The Silver Tempest, which is what we'll start with since it's one of the older sets that still have the yellow around it. Then Obsidian Flames and Scarlet and Violet. I didn't share the links either. Hold on. Just slacking right now. Let me share the links to this because that would probably be helpful. I'm actually I'm going to pin this so it's easier to find and literally just doing whatever. Struggling today. Weekends always throw me off. I think I completely whiffed on actually copying and pasting the link, didn't I? Let me get the YouTube link real quick. For anybody new that's just maybe just watching a break or whatever, make sure you follow either the business page or you follow the YouTube. It'll make life a lot easier. You'll get notifications from either one or both if you follow both of them. But there we go. Good luck to everybody. It's like once again, the Steelers are atop the AFC North after week 1. 6 packs and booster bundles are 6 packs, just so you guys know, for anybody that's not familiar with the amount of packs in each booster bundle. I feel like the camera doesn't really get it's configuring, I don't know. Is it zoomed in by accident? Oh, it's not. Anyway. Into it. The big chase in Silver Tempest is obviously the alternative art Lugia, however you want to say his name. We're going to start off with Leaf. Go to Loupe. We're just going to skip to, you know how we roll around here. Double hit for Leaf. Rayquaza VMAX on the gold and the unowned V-Star. Tumbling up to start. Love to see it. Love to see it. Leaf goes to David. Nice pack to start. Is 4. Hopefully you guys are all having a good night, good Sunday, had a good weekend. Lightning. That's going to be Whale Lord and Zorora. We will have the new set that comes out this week. I know the sets are like on top of each other. We'll have the new set. If anybody wants a booster box for themselves, whether it's ripped on camera or just want it shipped to them, please get with me. I was going to say I'm going to post them on the website this week, and I'll put a code in the group where you can just straight up order them. We have Fighting, and that's going to be Gordy on the full art. Going to go to Fighting. Love to see it. Good little booster bundle of Silver Tempest. 3 hits going to Fighting and David. Well, be number 2 right there. Aiden Hutchinson's such a dog, man. We got Fire. And we have Halucha, Jinx on the full art, and a Superior V. Another double hit going to Fire, and this time going to Mike on the double hitter. Double Hero Nationals. We're going to get a V-Star, which is going to be random off at the end. It's only going to be for a Raichu and a reverse holo on the Metacham. Put that to the side. Random at the very end, since there'll only be one. It's the only pack you can get a V-Star in, so, or the only product that we're doing you can get a V-Star in. We're going to have Psychic. And that's going to be Spinarak and Arcanine as the last card. Spinarak on the foil. It's going to Psychic and Mike. Get into a Scarlet and Violet. Work our way through the old-looking booster bundle. Scarlet and Violet. I think the 2 dragons have become Cordon and Miradon have become more valuable now. The secret illustrations, but I still think it's the one chick. It's still the main chase. We got Darkness, the Blissey, Nestball, and Klefki. Darkness. They always base set, man. They always make so much of it when a new set comes out. Like a new master set, if that's what you want to call it. Always a ton of hype around it, and then like the base set's always, even with Sword and Shield, the base set was so overprinted. Wattrel, Halucha, and Arboliva. For Fire. Anybody watching the Lions and Rams game? We have Fighting. We're going to have Slowbro, Klefki, and Great Tusk EX on the Fighting. And that's going to be going to David. My boy Great Tusk. We have Metal, and that's going to be Blessey, Silixar, Shuppet, and Armorogue on the Metal. We have water, and that's going to be Rocky Helmet, Cacnea, and Quaquaval. I have Leaf, Nestball, Magnemite, Miraidon EX. This is the card I was talking about. And a Full Art Professor's Research going to Leaf. That's going to go to David. The Leaf spot coming up big. Special illustration Miraidon. And Professor's Research on the Full Art. Just put this in the Leaf pile itself. And Obsidian Flame, some Charizard chases here. Also, I just got word too. I mean, I do have a lot of Crown Zenith. Yeah, it's a pretty cool card, Mike. I like the art on it. I was gonna say, there's gonna be Crown Zenith booster bundles. Oh, we have water, and it's gonna be Lechonk, Sinistea, and Houndoom EX. Well, on a positive note, Steve, I can always put up another one tomorrow. That's more, it's going to water and Gauge. I can always put up another one tomorrow that's Shrouded Fable and some of the newer sets as well. What sets do you still need to complete, Steve? I'll put up a mixer of the sets you need to complete tomorrow. Because I know Dave is doing it for his grandson, and then he gets a lot of the hits graded, and then I know Mike's completing sets too, so we have Psychic, Carvana, Smoliv, and Sizer. Well, Mike also collects it just for the hits as well. Do fighting. And I have Toadstick, Malamar, and Hente. I can always throw up like 2 Twilight Masquerade booster boxes with some ETBs and booster bundles of Shrouded Fable. If you guys want. Oh, I'm counting too many back. What am I doing? We have Water, Houndstone, Artisan on the gold, going to water, and Gauge. Also, if anybody hits a Pheasantipity EX in this, and there's like one trainer card, somebody came in looking for it to build a deck for the Maryland State Championships or something. If anybody wants to sell it to me, I'll give it to you and then just resell it to him for the same price if you guys want to sell it to me or whatever else. I think you might actually just have some that I have set up to possibly grade, David, and I can just take one that isn't like going to grade well and sell it to him if you want, because he just wants it for a place that he doesn't want to sell it. I don't know how Pheasantipity fits into his deck, but he was just looking for a basic-ass Pheasantipity EX to put in his deck with one trainer card. And when I see it, I'll know what the... My goodness, what am I doing? Bro, just retire. I'm about to bring Rodney in to break Pokemon. Someone tag Rodney. We have Darkness, Lillipop, Toxel, and then we have SQEX. Apparently, I can no longer count cards. It's a Pheasantipity EX, and then I'll tell you what the other card is. You been cheating on me, Mike? You been buying cards somewhere else, bud? I'm joking. I was gonna say, I'm sure you probably came in and bought some from Dylan to open yourself. Unless it's just been from breaks, because we did open quite a bit of it as well. That Darkness on the SQ, that's going to go to Ruben. Yeah, when you send the cash, when you send the cash with Dylan, just send in the card too, and I'll give you credit or whatever for whatever the card's worth. We have the Harvest, Oinkologne, and Houndstone EX. Because I'm trying to build up this shop, like even if I don't make any money on the transaction or whatever, it's one of those things where like I'm trying to get it to wherever we get into the bigger shop that people that play show up, because I feel like there's a huge collecting base of like Magic the Gathering and Lorcana missing because there's not any place to play in the store. Which I mean is partially my fault, but I also didn't think that oh, these are... I've not opened any of these booster bundles like that. That's pretty cool design, I guess. Seems like a giant fucking waste of a box, but whatever. Still the same 6-packs. They haven't changed them. They just changed the way the booster bundles look. I think they're easier for shipping, but it seems like a whole big wasted space. I don't know. We have Water. That's going to be Clarus's Tenacity, Dusknoir, Zubat, and Haxorus on the Water. Go to Gauge. We have Metal, Toxicroak, Pecharunt, EX. I believe this is the full or special illustrated Zoroark. Going to Metal and Brent. I believe this is the one that's the rare one. I'd have to go look at the booklet to see, but nice hit, Brent, not Brett. Brent with an N. I guess everybody has their bad days. Just ask Caleb Williams. He was trash today, no matter what anybody says, Bears fan or not. I don't care if they won the defense. Well, I would say Will Levis won the game for them, running a good old flip pick 6 right there. What a dodo. What a dodo. We have Water, Zubat, Horsey on the full art, and Tapu Bulu. The Horsey full art going to go to Gauge and Water. What an absolute dodo that Caleb Williams, or not Caleb Williams, is a Will Levis is, man. The mayonnaise man. I feel bad for Mason Rudolph. He's going to end up starting again this year and tearing it up probably too at the second half of the season. I can't believe the Bengals, they said that there was, I think, a roughly 56% of suicide pools already are eliminated. Participants in suicide pools are already eliminated from the Bengals' loss. We have Duskull, Tapu Bulu, and Cressley. I know there was like 3 or 4 fantasy podcasts that were saying that like the Bengals at home versus the Patriots was a for sure like lock week 1. Like just a week 1 lock. No way they're gonna lose at home. I mean, I picked the Bills, and the Bills had me sweating in the first quarter. We had Fighting. We have Night Stretcher, Zorua, and Haxorus. Because what's his name was struggling. Josh Allen and the guys. We have Varoom, Sneasel, and Dusknoir on the Leaf. I'm going to take this Leaf and put it behind Quaza because already Quaza. Just so it doesn't get confused in case I don't have time to sort it tonight. Time done, and Dylan has to sort it. He's not like, who do these belong to? Because that'll be the message I get. Oh, I see why they did it. But they don't all have this on the back, because I didn't put it back there. So, like, it looks like they did it to be able to hang them up. But the other one didn't have a hang thing on the back. So, that's interesting. They are most definitely not free, Jacob. Better knock it off before I run one of your breaks when your son's there watching in the background and tell myself Pokemon. We have Lena Zaid, Garafarig, and Arcanine on the Lightning. We are going to have water. We have Hyper Aroma, Dipling, and Iron Leaves. Because I know it's not you or your girl that's collecting them. I know it's him that wants to collect them, right? I'm going to say so. Because I know when you asked about it, it has to be him that wants to go into Gauge on the Dipling. That likes the Pokemon. Problem is, it seems like kids go in and out of the Pokemon fad. Like, one month they like it, the next month they're like, eh, my friends don't collect that anymore, so I don't collect that anymore. And then the next month their friends are collecting it. And then they're back to wanting to collect it. You got Fire, and that's going to be Dipling, Monferno, and Arcanine. Yeah, most kids only want the hits. We have Metal, Farfetch, Glalie, and Palafin EX. Because when one guy called me pretty much like, hey, like, yeah, I'm playing in the Maryland Regional or whatever. I need certain cards, like these certain cards. I thought he was asking about Fizandipity. Like the rare, the special illustration when he's calling. I was like, I mean, I think we hit one in a break, but I'm not really sure that the person wants to sell it because a lot of the guys that get in breaks like collect. And he's like, nah, man, I just need like the regular basic one that's a couple bucks. He's like, just all the stores like on eBay and stuff. They're like, you just between tax and shipping, he's like, it ends up being like a $12 or $13 card. We have Leaf, Darumaka, Cramorant on the Full Art, and Enamorous. I was like, oh yeah, I guess you're right. If you have to ship it and everything else. Because I was surprised when I got that phone call. And then he just started talking to me about Pokemon and his playstyle, and I'm like, but I don't know. It's okay. I'm gonna make Dylan become a Pokemon professor. He doesn't know it yet, Mike. Don't you worry. I'll turn him into a Pokemon nerd. It's the last thing I do. Water, Pinsir, Conkeldurr, and Sinistcha. Into the Twilight Masquerade booster bundle. I think all the Shrouded Fable ones are at the bottom. I'll get the booster bundles that are height-wise up top, and then we'll work into a booster box. Do Paldea Evolved first. See if we can get ourselves a Magikarp. We got Metal, Aluzmai's, Iron Bundle, and Alakazam on the Metal. Y'all try to find the trainer. I'm assuming it's a good card for play if he's trying to put it in his deck that's already pretty much made. We have Eevee, Growlithe, and Walking Wake. And sometimes they're good for play, the price stays up, which I'm sure is what's happening. I have green, we have Emolga, Poliwag, and Iron Thorns EX. Steve, you still here watching? I was going to say, if you're in Arizona, like, I don't understand how that impacts me in Arizona. Yeah, Leaf is right there. Or being in Arizona. Sounds good, Mike. have Fighting. We're going to have Leafeon, Rescue Board on the Gold and Infernape. The Rescue Skateboard. Going to Fighting. We have Lightning, Rayford, Froakie, and Corner Mask, Ogerpon EX. You excited for Bowman Chrome, Jake? We have Water, and that's going to be Luxio, Varoom, and Chandelure on the Water. Pretty much they were doing a fire inspection or some crap. I don't know. They said they were talking to a fire safety engineer to make sure that connecting the two spaces was going to be okay. And then they'll get a final price for construction. Because it's through St. John's property, so they have their own construction team. And it kind of sounded like you have to go through their construction team, or... I think if you go through their construction team, I don't have to pay it. Unless I misunderstood what he was saying, which I could be wrong on this. I was going to say, it sounded like if they go through their construction team, Noctowl, Dunsparce, and Corridon, that they won't start charging me the lease until it's done. But if I do it myself and don't go through their construction team, they'll start charging me rent right away, is what it sounded like. But I could be wrong, and they could just be charging me rent as soon as they start construction. Heroescape, Screamtail, and Iron Valiant. So I need to clarify that, but I wasn't going to clarify it until they said for sure that it was a go and they gave me a price. We have Fire, and that's going to be Iron Valiant, Electabuzz, and Sizer EX. Water, be Deerling, Lickitung, and Bramblegast for the Water. Have Lightning, and that's going to be Beldum, Lycanroc, and Fluttermane. The other place I looked at, the rent, like the price per square foot was so much higher. We have Metal, Turtwig, Charjabug, and Feraligatr. Because I still have to stay like somewhere in this relative area because I can't get too close to other shops. So like I can't go into the city. I can't get too close to Baseball Card Outlet, and I can't get too close to D&J Sports Card, so I can't go like too far close to Arbutus, and I can't go too far south to like Crofton because there's a shop there. I kind of have to stay where I'm at. And the only other place I looked at, the price was like $5 or $6 more per square foot per year, which obviously adds up to like tens of thousands of dollars. I mean, yeah, tens of thousands of dollars. So into Paldea Evolved here. Obviously, the big chase is the Magikarp. We have Charcadet, Garganackle, and then Slow King EX on the full art. Gonna go to water. So I did look at a couple other places, like if you're familiar with on Ritchie Highway where they have the 7-Eleven, and there's like they built a brand new 7-Eleven. So there's a lot of places I emailed to and like they or called and they don't get back to me. So that's also a problem in itself. There's a place I looked at. They built that brand new 7-Eleven on Ritchie Highway, and the building is what used to be the 7-Eleven, and it's like right behind it. There's like a smoke shop. There's a shoe store. Can't think of what the shoe store is called right now. We have Sagario, Quaxley, and Saraledge, and they pretty much said if there's freezers in there, right? So they're like, if you want to take out the freezers, it's going to cost you like 12 grand to take out the freezers in there, and we're not going to pay for it. And I was like, well, then I guess this location isn't even an option, because like, I'm not paying 12 grand for something you guys have in here already that isn't going to work for me. Yeah, Red Wing shoes. Yeah, that's right. We have Lightning. We have Sedaddle, Sea Titan, and Glamora. Plus, when I came there, like, there was somebody coming to fix a leaking roof that he's like, oh, it's the third time I've been back here. Normally the key's right here. So he had, like, a leaky roof that was leaking into that space, too, that the guy hasn't been able to figure out exactly where it's leaking at and fix it. So that also was a turnoff, and they didn't even tell me about that. I only found out because the guy trying to fix the roof came there at the same time. We have Grusha, Sandygast, and Palmont. And then there's a place next to Aspen Dental, like that little plaza over by Walmart. And they want $32 per square foot per year, which is like way too high. And no one's even been in that space at all. Metal, we have Tadbulb, Electrode, and Abomasnow. Yeah. Most places want almost $30 a square foot, though. It's ridiculous. Yeah, Psychic. We have Tinkatink, Oricorio, and Spiritome. We're going to have Fire, and that's Spirigatito, Paladin Wooper, and Baxcalibur. Leaf. It's going to be Boss's Order, Shroodle, and Oricorio. Plus, I mean, just how this is configured, it's like pretty much a giant square at 3,000 feet, which is... And it already has, like, back rooms because it was an insurance agency or something like that. So, in reality, like, it's not perfect, but it's probably the best I'm going to get for what I'm actually looking for. Phalanx, Wattrel, and Wigglytuff, unless I build a brand new building, at least in this area. Or, like, if I went down all the way down to Wad Chapel, but like I said, that's too close to Chesapeake Sports Cards. Because, like, they built all that new stuff in Wad Chapel. Like, that'd probably be, like, the best location, but I can't really go down there because Baxcalibur, Crocolore, and Tinkaton. For tops, you can't be, like, on top of another store. They don't like that too much. Even though I did get a store account, but it's still like a prospect account, whatever the fuck that means, but this is better than no account. Nice Crocolore to metal. We have water, and that's going to be Shroodle, Corviknight, and Low Kicks. And sorry for late start. I gotta probably go post on the baseball breaks to let them know I'm going to be start a little bit later than I originally thought too. I realized when I was driving over here, it was my grandmother's birthday. I mean, she passed away almost 20 years ago now, but when I call my grandfather to make sure he's doing okay. And I was on the phone with him at the shop. So we have Fighting, Weevil, Dunsparce, and Weavile. Yeah, but nobody wants to rent anything. Like over by Old Mill, where Sushi Q3 is at. We have Fighting, Quaxley on the full art, Gyarados. We want Gyarados' pre-evolution there. We want a stage 1. And all those places, like the guy doesn't even want to rent for like a decent price. And they've had open signs for forever. There's also the place that used to be like the Big and Tall store over like where the Best Buy is, literally down the street. And I've called that company and emailed them, and no one's ever gotten back to me. And I've tried like 5 times, so I just gave up. Because like that store is a really big location. I was just curious what their price would be, but they don't pick up the phone. No one answers their emails. So I gave up. We have Darkness, Glossatel, Reversal Energy, and Quaquaval EX going to Darkness. And Ruben. The thing that probably pisses me off the most, like, deal, because I dealt with 3 different, like, agents renting, right? Is, like, bro, I already know, like, commercial retail makes a shit ton of money, like, when they rent it out or whatever. Pulling up in a Mercedes, or, like, the one dude pulled up in, like, the top-of-the-line Tesla, the place where it's, like, with a 7-Eleven, like, that shit turns me off so much, like... I don't need you flaunting your wealth in my face whenever, like, I've already told you, like, rent's high as fuck or whatever, like. Like, it just shows they have, like, no humility, like. Farragarath, Combi, and Gyarados. I'm not saying to roll up in, like, a beat-up Hyundai Elantra or some shit like that, but... or a Hyundai Accent, but like the dude that is the place that's over by whatever rolled up in a Mercedes like 700, whatever the equivalent to the BMW 700 series is, like pretty much like $125,000 car. Makuhita, Gyarados, and Slaking. Like, I know it's a write-off or whatever because they're using it as, like, business, but still, bro, like... It just rubs me the wrong way, like, I don't know. We have Lightning, Talonflame, Hoppip, and Jumpluff. Seemed like a decent kid, though, but yeah, just... When I say kid, he was probably, like, at 28 or 29. We have Lightning, Vigoroth, Jigglypuff, and Qianpao EX. On the Lightning. Plus, I always forget how long it takes me to break Pokemon. You gotta open every pack individually. We have Water, Quaxley, Fighting a Lot, and Palmont. Let's see if we can get some of the bigger hits in this. Paldea Evolve's become like a hot set. Well, mostly because of Magic Carp, but... Darkness, Wattrel, Frigibax, and Ceruledge. On the Darkness. Got Leaf, Wigglytuff, Mousehold, and Tyranitar. Leaf, Slowpoke, Hydreigon, and Veluza. Got Metal, there's Honchkrow, Garafarig, Dendra on the full art. It's funny too. I remember when we pulled the Magikarp and everyone was laughing at me. Because we pulled one like when the set very first came out. I think we pulled it for... It might have been for Rob Gervin. Could have been for a guy named Boomer that hasn't really been in sports cards. But I think when we pulled it, everyone was laughing at me. He's like, yo, this card's going to be over $100 a card at some point in time. Like, the art is like the art that everyone, like, kills each other for the Garantina. We have Quaxwell, Palmy, and Lokix. And everybody's, like, kind of, that was watching, was kind of laughing at me. Like, I was, like, there's no way Magikarp's going to be worth money. And I was like, you watch. Lo and behold, that's the one that ends up being like the chase in this set. Because he wasn't the chase when the set came out. Slowpoke, we have Chien-Pao on the special illustration in Glamour. I think this is a pretty decent card too. Going to Fighting and David. But yes, you are right. I was gonna say, like, there is for rent signs, like, everywhere, but nobody wants to come off of their property. I have Noibat, Garafafay, and Psychic. Yeah, Iono, that's it. I mean, she's still valuable, I'm pretty sure. We have Darkness, we have Fuecoco, Spirigatito, and Luxray. I think the Iono is still like a $70 card, isn't it? We got Darkness, Rockruff, Tauros, and Jumpluff. Water, and that's going to be Phalanx, Glimmet, and Wigglytuff. Yeah, Mike's watching on YouTube, Dave. We have Lightning, and that's Palmo, Kilowattrel, and Meowscarada on the full art going to Lightning. That's going to Dave. Yeah, I know. Facebook tries to, like, stop your video and do a bunch of weird stuff. Brambleghast, Pineco, and Sculladirge EX. Psychic. Got 5 more packs left in Paldea Evolve. We're going to fighting Delibird, Quaquaval EX on the floor. I think it's a 20 burger right here. If I'm not mistaken on the full art. Fighting it. We have water. It's going to be Iono, Masbostif, and Rapska. Yeah, that was about the only thing that Pokemon I think messed up this for this set to start. Is the first two sets, like the biggest chases were trainers, which I think just hurts the product in general. We have Leaf, Mischievous, Deno, and Chi-Yu EX. Going to Leaf and Dave. We got Fire. We have Praxis Studio, Knackley, and Rapska. Knackley on the full art for Fire. Going to Mike. Darkness, Gotharita, Spirigatito, and Slaking. Yeah, that was the last pack there. Let's get one. We'll go Shrouded Fable. Booster bundle here. Packs. So magic trick, they fell out the bottom. Got Leaf, we have Drowsy, Zubat, and Colorist's Tenacity. On the Leaf. Darkness, Binding Mochi, Tapu Bulu, and Haxorus on the Darkness. I have Leaf, that's going to be Persian, Zorua, and Blood Moon, Ursaluna. We have Fighting, that's going to be Copperajah, Sneasel, and Cresselia. We have Lightning, Hypno, Slitherwing, and Zoroark. This might be a dud booster bundle here. And Metal, Hundum, Weavile, and Cresselia. That was a pretty dud booster bundle. Temporal Forces booster bundle. Lightning. It's going to be Ribombi, Cottony, Dunsparce, Dudunsparce. Lightning. Leaf, that's going to be Feraligatr, Drampa on the full art and Mag Cargo. Second, I need to get more sleeves. Trample Full Art's a pretty decent hit too, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think it's. I think it's under $10, but I don't think it's like a $2 card either. Psychic, we have Noctowl, Delmise, and Dudunsparce. You don't want to learn, Mike, I always say. It's fine. I've been trying to get Tyler to take over TCG stuff for a while. Not to break, but just to like really get into it, because I'm going to need somebody to host events or whatever else. We have Fighting, we have Puchenya, Melton, and Fluttermane. We have Fire, Elgium, Carkol, and Incineroar EX. Yeah, see, I knew it wasn't like a $1 or $2 card, though. Let's go into Fire. Last Temporal Forces of even the break itself. We have Lightning, Drober, Pidove, and Feraligatr. Double check these notifications and make sure nobody's going buck wild here. Give me a second. Come on, mouse. There we go. Looks like nothing crazy. All right. Oh, I had me going in groups. There we go. Looks like they were tagging the chat or something, and then I don't know. Let's get a Twilight Masquerade booster box. So I know I'm a little bit later than what I told the sports card guys. I mean, I knew I was probably gonna be a little bit later than 10. That's why I said around 10, but I didn't think it was gonna be this late. But like I said, call my grandfather. I'm not taking that away. If somebody has a problem with it, they can. Honestly, not somebody I really want to deal with them. I'm being honest. So my grandfather is 95. He ain't gonna be around much longer, so. We have Water, Leafeon, Ninetales, and Arcanine. We have Metal. I'm just gonna refund everybody that paid. My Yenya and Probopass and Frostlass. I think it was only you and one other guy paid. Everybody else was like Tom Scarberry pays like as soon as it fills, and then Brent normally pays when something fills too. So neither of them paid me, and I think that was like 6 of the 10 spots or whatever. And then I don't know if any. I gotta double check to see if anybody else paid me, but I don't think everybody paid me that was even in it in the first place right away. So. Kind of weird too that the basketball stuff didn't fill. Yeah, the Wembanyama cards go for a lot. We have Tangela, Chinyu, Zapdos. I have Leaf, and that's going to be Tangrowth, Timber, and Fedzendipity. On the Leaf. Yeah, you can use the credit for this break, Mike. I already thought you were. My apologies. I should have made that clear. I have Darkness, Survival Brace, Clefable, and Infernape. Survival Brace going to Darkness. You can just give Dylan 75 for the 2 spots because you pick everything up anyway. So we have Fighting, we have Rayfort, Goldeen, and Alakazam. Lightning. It's going to be Luxio, Alakazam, and Okidoji. Darkness, Tansagiri, Finizen, and Chandelure. On the Darkness. We have Lightning, Poltergeist, Growlithe, and Okidogi. Psychic, Thwackey, Varoom, and Greninja EX. Going to have Leaf, Brewbonnet, Frogadier, and Luxray EX. We have Fire, Eevee, Probopass, and Chandelure on the Fire. Have Water, Teal Mask, Ogerpon, Fezandipity, and Teal Mask, Ogerpon. Fire again. We have Dreepy, Clefairy, and Carmine on the full art. For the Fire. Yeah, Metal, Bellabolt, Jinx, and Walking Wake. Got Metal. We have Appling, Poliwhirl, and Enamorous. Fighting, Apom, Monferno, and Luxray EX on the Fighting. Full art there. You got Darkness, Phantom, Abra, and Infernape on the Darkness. I'm going to have Psychic, Perrin, Poliwrath, and Iron Leaves. We have Fighting, Zapdos, Lampent, and Dragapult EX. Twilight Masquerades must be slow rolling the big dogs or something, because we have Water, Kilowattrel, Sandygast, and Frostlass. We even pulled Dick out of this. You got Darkness, Poltergeist, Nosepass, and Zapdos. Reminds me, I gotta mail the Zapdos box to somebody from TikTok shop. I could go look. I gotta do that tonight. You have Darkness, and that's gonna be Ducklet, Poliwag, and Sinistcha. We have Metal, Dipling, Hawlucha, and Tinglu. Lightning, Ampabomb, Milotic, and Screamtail EX. I'll look at a text message when I'm done breaking. Let's see. And see exactly what the card is. got Leaf, and it's going to be Wattrel, Litwick, and Heatran. Let me make sure. Yeah, I'll look in. Like I said, I'll figure it out. Well, we'll see if it's in the next two boxes. We have Pinsir, Appling, and we have Sinistra, Appling on a Fire. Full art here. Gonna go to Mike. Metal, Far-Fetched, Tinglu, and Frostlass. Yeah, Psychic, Tadbulb, Snorunt, and Walking Wake. I will say this has definitely been an uneventful booster box. I'm kind of disappointed because most booster boxes at least have like 12 or 13 hits in them. Fighting, Dracloak, Froakie, and Iron Leafs. Lightning, Spinarak, Kadabra, and Monkey Dory. On the Lightning. We're going to have Sunflora, Revavroom, and Teal Mask Ogerpon EX for Leaf. Water, and that's going to be Shinix, Vulpix, and Blood Moon Ursaluna EX for water. We have Fire, Freebass, Sunflora, and Arcanine on the Fire. Leaf, it's going to be Hillis, Limit, and Walking Wake. Got Lightning, Chansey, Walking Wake, and Infernape. On the Lightning. And that's going to be the end of or Twilight Masquerade. And the Shrouded Fable here. Darkness, Binding Mochi, Malamar, Power Glass, Chain of Secret Arc, Deciducey, and Carper Aja. On the Darkness. Yeah, Fighting, Night Stretcher, Kufant, Absol, and Fezandipity EX going to Fighting and David. Fire, Cassiopeia, Cresselia, Deciducey, and Zoroark. On the Fire. Water, Iron Moth, Aurora, and Dusknoir. Yeah, Darkness, Academy at Night, Eevee, Axew, and Haxorus. We got Metal, Power Glass, Binding Mochi, Jaina's Secret Art, Crobat, and Blood Moon Ursaluna. On the Metal, let's get the last booster bundle. Good luck to everybody. We got Leaf, and it's going to be Houndour, Fracture, and Fezandipity EX. Going to Leaf and Dave. Jaina's Secret, Civilian, Joltik, and Tapu Bolu. Got Lightning, Academy at Night, Careerum, Golbat, and Cresselia. Meowth was right there too. Gonna have Fighting, Slitherwing, Cassiopeia. It was this card, Neutralization Zone, Roulette, and Haxorus. Going to Dave and fighting. So I don't know if you have this one yet or not, Mike. I was going to say, since it's one of those sapphire cards or fuchsia cards, I mean. If you don't have one, Mike, and you want to sell that one to him, Dave, I'll let you know whatever it is on TCG Player. If you don't want to sell, you no pressure one way or another. I didn't realize it was one of like the special fuchsia cards. We have Hudum, Yveltal, and Dustnor on the fighting. Okay, sounds good. Mike got it, Dave. You don't have to worry about it. I know Dave's like, I think his grandson's trying to build the set, so. We have Water. We have Furfro, Croagunk, and Zoroark. How much of this Pokemon you buying, Mike? Are you coming in and Dylan not telling me you're coming in? Well, that's going to be the break, guys. Let's do a quick recap of the hits. We'll run the random for the V-Star. We have Pheasantipity ×2 on the EX, Sunflora Full Art. We have Ursaluna EX, Ogerpon EX. We have Applin on the Full Art, Screamtail EX, Dragapult, Luxray EX on the Full Art, Carmine Full Art, Greninja EX, Probopass on the Full Art, Inciroar EX, Drampa EX. We're going to have Colorist's Tenacity, have Knockley, Chi-Yu EX, Skeledirge EX, Great Tusk EX, Dendra, support card Chien Pao, Quaquaval EX, Quaxley Full Art, Crocalort Full Art, Sizer EX, Cornerstone Mask, Ogerpon EX, Rescue Board on the gold, Iron Thorns EX, Cramorant Full Art, Palafin EX, and Huntston EX. Yeah, I was going to say. Mike's a bona fide cheater, man. Just can't stick to just one Pokemon person. I see how it is. I see how it is. Probably going to the guy down the street that overcharges everybody. Tisk tisk. We have Dipling on the Full Art, Horsey on the Full Art, Superior V, Artizone on the gold. We have Jinx on the Full Art. We have Pecharunt EX on the special illustration, Quaquaval on the special illustration, Champao EX on the special illustration, Slowking EX on the Full Art, Hundum EX, Meowscarada EX on the Full Art, Ice-Goo on the EX on the Full Art, Gordy Full Art, Maradon EX on the special illustration, Rayquaza VMAX gold, and then Unknown V-Star Unknown V-Star. Let me get the V-Star real quick on the let me get the V-Star random real quick. 1 second. And then for anybody looking for baseball, we'll be live at 11 for the Chrome, and then after the Chrome we'll do the Pristine. Don't know if the minor league stuff filled or not. All right. Switch over to in-game. Multi-rounds, new giveaway. V-Star pack. Mixer number 5. Top person will get the pack. Dice roll of 7 or higher. And it's going to go to Gage. Appreciate y'all as always for the break. I'll post another one since Steve was asking tomorrow. That'll have a mix of some Twilight Masquerade in it, and we'll definitely have some of the Shrouded Fable. But I appreciate y'all as always. You guys have a good night. Be safe. I'll see you guys